Hi everyone, it's another day, another podcast here at the Zipporra Studios. I hope everyone is doing absolutely well today. It's been a week, and as promised, I am back with another podcast episode here at the studio. It's going to be a weekly thing, like what I told you the last time in our previous episode, our premiere episode actually. And yeah, I am back with another Am I the Asshole commentary, reaction, sharing of opinion podcast. Am I the asshole for not giving my brother and his wife the gift I got them since she didn't want me at his birthday party? I, male 39, travel for work and make good money. I have never been interested in settling down or having a family. I mostly work and take vacations. I don't own an apartment, much less a house. I live out of a backpack and a duffel bag. My brother, Victor, 30, is the opposite. All he ever wanted since he was a kid was to have a perfect family. Our dad did the same kind of work that I do, and Victor hated it. He was always closer to our mom than our dad. He married the first girl he dated after college, and they already have two kids. They are happy, and I love my brother and my nephews. I spend a bunch of my extra money on them because I have more than I need, and I want them to have a great life. My brother chose to be a teacher so he could spend more time with his wife and kids. I respect that, but he isn't well paid. Unfortunately, that's the truth for some of the teachers, right? His 30th birthday was coming up, and I decided to do something nice for his family. I checked with him when he and his wife had a free week this summer, and I got them a week away at Disney World. I also paid for my folks to go along so they could watch the kids and give him and his wife some alone time. Okay, so it's just for him and his wife, like the brother and the wife. His wife thinks I'm a scumbag because I refuse to get a girlfriend or have a serious relationship. I don't want that. I like meeting a woman at a resort or on a tour, spending a week together, and then saying goodbye. It works for me. They don't want anything more from me than I am willing to give. Because she thinks I'm a degenerate, womanizing, alcoholic, dirtbag, she doesn't want me around her husband or children. So she made sure I knew I wasn't invited to his birthday party at their house. I am seriously tired of her bullshit, so I canceled everything. I took my mom and dad on a golf vacation instead. I sent my brother a card with a $100 gift card to a restaurant he likes. My sister in law found out from my parents what his original gift was going to be and has been contacting me saying that I'm being a dick taking away an experience like that from her family over a party invitation. I told her that she was the one who decided I wasn't good enough to be around her family, so my dirty money wasn't going to be around her either. I told her not to bother me anymore. My folks are staying out of it, and my brother is as well. He knows I don't owe him shit and that I just like to blow money on stupid gifts. I'm not so sure until I read whatever people comment on this. I don't think he's the asshole. I personally don't think he is. First off, he mentioned here that he loves giving gifts to his nephews. So I don't think he is selfish. He's actually generous. And yeah, to be able to gift your brother and his wife a week away at Disney World and even paid for the parents, like paid for everything to allow them to go on this trip. That's very generous. Whatever he does with his life, because we're not even talking anyways on his preference anyways, right? If he wants to just meet a woman for a week and then that's it, that's up to him. He's not really affecting anybody. So I don't think anyone has the right to judge him about that because that's not the topic of this Am I the Asshole post. So the fact that this woman, the sister-in-law, doesn't want him around the husband or the children and that didn't invite him to his birthday party at the house is kind of like an immature move. Like, you already know that he shows love, that he cares for his nephews regardless of his choices in life, and that he really cares for his brother and that wants him to experience things like Disney World and all that. But you made sure that he knew that he wasn't invited to the house and you don't want him around your husband or the children. So you really expect him to put up with that. And then now that you found out what he was supposed to be giving you, you're just like, oh my gosh, I should have. You're such a dick. You took away an experience like that because you just didn't get an invitation. Like, you're not even treating him as family. You shouldn't really feel bad about that. In this case, it's the sister in law that's the asshole. Don't ask me why. It's pretty much obvious. She is. Right? Like, it's a good thing, though, that the parents are staying out of it and the brother, because really, like I said, whatever his decisions in life are, like whatever his choices in life are, it's not really putting him at a risk of having a bad future. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, if he's a druggie, if he's such a big alcoholic, that he wouldn't be really a good influence to people around him, regardless of whether it's the husband or the nephews. Fine, I'll be like, okay, like if you can just like stay away from the kids. But let's just focus on the fact that he just mentioned one thing about like the serious relationship. And really, that's not something to judge a person about. I don't think so. But like I said, I'm not so sure about the comments below. So I'm really curious now. I really wanted to go and scroll down now. Let's see. Not the asshole, but sister in law definitely is. Oh, thank goodness I found somebody who agrees with me. If she doesn't want you because of your lifestyle, then she doesn't want your money to taint her perfection. It's good that family's staying out of it, but you may have to decide how much you're willing to tolerate long term to keep a relationship with your brother. Not the asshole. Important to note, you did not rescind a gift that had been provided. You simply elected to go in a different direction based on the feedback from your sister-in-law. Yeah, like they didn't really know that that's the gift, right? Because she just found out. So it's not like he made her expect. Like he just canceled it before even giving them that. So that's how I understood the post. She elected to bar you from your brother's party where such a gift would have been provided if you had attended. She's the only one angry and the only one who excluded you. She sowed, she reaped. Too bad for her. Heck, no other adult even cares. Gift was not revoked, wasn't even given. Not even disclosed after long after. Nobody can be mad for a gift never promised, not offered, and not given. Exactly. For anyone who's listening, I just fixed my ear. So I had to make that brief pause. Um Not the asshole. She has no right to comment on how you choose to live your life. It's yours to live. She has no right to keep you away from your brother and nephews either. In a way, like, okay, she has kind of the right. She's the mom. But the thing is, the situation though is not sufficient enough for her to stop her or to keep them away from OP. You know what I mean? Like I said, if it's a really worse situation, then yeah, she has all the right to keep his son's innocence and all that. But the situation is not enough for, yeah, like his choices are not enough reason for her to do this. She is the asshole. She doesn't want you around, but wants you to spend on them. You're not the one robbing her of experiences. She's the one robbing you of your brother and nephews. And you took your parents? I love it so much. Dude, any person would be lucky to have you in their lives. Yes. Yes, exactly. Somebody as generous as that, you wouldn't be thankful to have that in your life? Not a lot of people have extra cash to blow on family, really. Not the asshole. She blew it. She knows she blew it and she wants to blame you instead of herself. You didn't hang it over her head. You didn't even tell her. You planned a present, then backtracked when you weren't even invited to the relevant event and found out from someone else. 100% in the clear. If you're generally close with your brother, then he's also an asshole. If he was aware she didn't invite you to the party and went along with it. Yeah, that was skipped on this one, so I really can't comment on that part. Um, um, and the last comment that we're gonna be reading on this one is this one, not the asshole. And honestly, I think that is a good thing. Your sister-in-law looks like a person who thinks that as a childless uncle, you should provide for your nieces or nephews. She showed her true colors now in mostly harmless situation. It would be much worse if something like this happened on a serious case with rest of your family heavily involved and children used as pawns. And this incident gives you an opportunity to set boundaries for future and no one can blame you. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can still give gifts to your nephews and your brother, but you know what the perfect move is? You should treat your brother and your nephews to something like Disney World and exclude her. Yeah, that's a very immature move, but that's just my suggestion. Yeah, so good thing all of us agree that he's not the asshole and it's actually the sister-in-law who is the asshole. That is actually perfect.